Am I the jerk for rejecting my best friend and regretting it a year later? I'm sitting here, staring at my phone, scrolling through old messages, not even looking for anything in particular, just letting my thumb do the walking, and then I land on it. A text from Ace, from over a year ago, a long one, confessing his feelings. It's funny how a single message can hit you like a punch to the gut, even when you know it's coming, because I've been thinking about Ace a lot lately, more than I probably should. I'm 19 now, just turned it a few months back. Ace is 20. We've been intertwined since elementary school, practically inseparable. He was my ride or die, the guy who knew my whole story, every stupid crush, every ridiculous drama, through awkward middle school phases and the absolute shit show that high school was. Ace was always there. I always figured that was just how it was. He was Ace, my best friend, no more, no less. I never really thought about what that meant for him. I just took it. Last year, my world kind of imploded. My boyfriend, Mark, the guy I'd been with for 2 years, decided to cheat on me. It was messy, it was ugly, and it left me feeling like a total idiot. I poured so much into that relationship. You know, time, energy, all of it. And for what? To find out he was screwing around with someone else. I was heartbroken, sure, but mostly, I was just pissed off and felt like I'd wasted a huge chunk of my life on a guy who clearly didn't give a damn about me. The day it all blew up, I called Ace. Who else was I going to call? He was the one constant. He listened, really listened, without judgment or trying to tell me what to do. He let me cry. He consoled me. And somehow, he even managed to make me laugh when I felt like I was literally falling apart. We ended up drinking and talking all night. I remember just feeling this immense relief, like a weight had been lifted. I started to heal, slowly, thanks to him. I was so focused on my own mess, I didn't see what was going on in his head. About a month after the Mark debacle, Ace sent me that message. The long one, the confession. I was genuinely taken aback. I mean, Ace, confessing feelings. It felt so out of left field. Even though, looking back now, maybe it wasn't. I didn't know what to say. I texted him back, probably sounded like a total idiot, telling him I only saw him as a friend, because I did, or at least, I thought I did. He didn't reply right away. When he finally did, it was short. I understand. I knew you would never go for me. And then, I love you, followed by silence. He blocked me on everything. Snapchat, Instagram, even Facebook, which neither of us even used anymore. Just gone. And that shattered me in a way I didn't expect. It wasn't like a romantic heartbreak. Not exactly. It was more like a part of me, a fundamental part of my life, had just been ripped away. I didn't realize how much I relied on him until he was just not there. Weeks turned into months, and then a whole year. No word from Ace. I tried dating again, figuring I needed to move on. Put myself out there, but every guy I met was the same. They only wanted one thing. They'd sweet talk me, sure, but it was always about getting into my pants. I was just a piece of meat to them. They didn't care about me, about what I thought or felt. They didn't listen. They didn't try to make me laugh when I was down. It was all surface level, all about the hookup, and that's when it hit me, like a ton of bricks. All I could think about was Ace, that message, that night we talked until dawn. I started to understand what he meant to me, what he really meant. He saw me, truly saw me, as a person, not just some girl to hook up with. He was loyal, kind, funny, everything I ever said I wanted in a guy, and I'd thrown it away. I was so caught up in my own stupid heartbreak, my own self-pity, that I couldn't see what was right in front of me. Now I just feel like I threw away my chance at something real, something genuine, and I can't stop thinking about him. Am I the jerk? For rejecting him? For only realizing what I lost now that other guys treat me like crap? I don't know. Part of me says no. You can't force attraction. But another part, a much bigger part, screams yes. Yes, you are. Because I used him. Didn't I? I leaned on him, cried on his shoulder, let him be there for me, knowing deep down that he felt something more. And I never gave him a shot. Not a real one. I just stuck him in the friend box and kept him there until I didn't need him anymore. And now I do. But it's too late. I hear stories from other girls about guys who hang around, hoping for a chance. And they always say those guys are pathetic, desperate. But Ace wasn't like that. He was my friend, my true friend. And he put himself out there, finally, even if it was just a text, and I shot him down. And now I'm the one feeling pathetic, wanting him back. Not because I suddenly love him, not like that, but because I'm sick of being treated like a piece of meat. I'm tired of the Chads and Tyrants of the world. And the only guy who ever truly cared about me, who saw me as more than just a body, I pushed away. I try to imagine what would happen if I did contact him. If he actually replied, would he be mad? Indifferent? Would he even remember me? A year is a long time. People change. I know I have. I've learned a harsh lesson that sometimes the good guy, the one who's always there, is the one you should have seen all along. But you don't, not until it's too late. And then you're left with nothing but regret. It just sucks. To realize you had something good, something truly good, and you just let it slip through your fingers because you were too blind, too caught up in your own drama, to see it. And now I'm here, alone, wondering if I'll ever find a guy like Ace again. Probably not. Guys like him don't grow on trees. And I already had the best one, and I threw him away. That's on me. And that's the hardest part of all, realizing that you're the one who messed up, and there's no going back. I think back to all the little moments, the way Ace would show up with my favorite coffee when I had an early exam, the hours we spent playing video games, him letting me win sometimes, even though he was way better, the time my car broke down on the highway at midnight and he was there in 20 minutes, no questions asked, just told me to get in his car and he'd deal with mine. I remember my dad joking about him being my personal mechanic, and Ace just laughing it off. He never complained, never made me feel like a burden. My friends used to tease me about him, too. Why don't you just date Ace already? They'd say, and I'd always roll my eyes, or laugh it off. He's like my brother. I'd insist, but was he? Was he really? Or was I just using that as an excuse because it was easier than confronting the idea that someone so consistent, so good, could actually be interested in me? I was always drawn to the drama, the bad boys like Mark who kept me on my toes, who made me feel like I had to constantly work for their attention. Ace's steady presence felt mundane, I guess, safe. And at 18, safe didn't seem exciting. Now, at 19, safe sounds like a goddamn paradise. The dating scene since Ace disappeared has been a wasteland. Swipe left, swipe right, it's all the same. The conversations are shallow. The intentions are clear. I went on a few dates with this guy, Kevin, a few weeks ago. Seemed nice enough at first, laughed at my jokes, seemed genuinely interested, for about 2 dates. Then he started pushing, subtly at first, then less subtly, asking me back to his place, hinting at how much fun we could have. When I told him I wasn't looking for just a hookup, he just shrugged. Whatever, you're a loss, you're old, he said, and then ghosted me. Just like that. No apology, no explanation. Just moved on to the next girl he thought he could get. It's exhausting. This constant feeling of being evaluated, of being seen as an object. My self-esteem has taken a beating. Not from rejection, but from feeling like I'm not even a person in these guys' eyes. They don't care about my passions, my dreams, the dumb little things that make me laugh. They care about what I look like, what I'm willing to do, and that's it. It's a bitter pill to swallow, realizing how different it was with Ace. He knew all those things about me. He celebrated my wins and commiserated over my failures. He was my biggest cheerleader. I remember one time when I was completely freaking out about a calculus exam. Ace spent hours on a video call with me, walking me through problems, patiently explaining concepts I just wasn't grasping. He wasn't even good at calculus himself, but he looked up tutorials, made notes, just so he could help me. He stayed up until 3 a.m. with me that night. Mark, on the other hand, would have just told me to chill out or figure it out, and he wouldn't have lifted a finger. The contrast is stark, and it's staring me in the face every single day. I tried reaching out to a mutual friend, Sarah, a few months back, casually asking about Ace. Sarah got really cagey. He's doing well, she said, not looking me in the eye. He's happy. And then she quickly changed the subject. It was clear she was protecting him, and honestly, I couldn't blame her. I probably deserved it. It just reinforced the idea that I was completely out of his life now, and for good reason. It stung, though, hearing that he was happy without me. It should make me feel good, but it just twisted the knife a little deeper. I've spent countless nights tossing and turning, replaying that whole scenario in my head. What if I had said yes? What if I had just given him a chance? Would it have worked out? Would we have been happy? Or would I have just messed it up in a different way? I was such a wreck after Mark. Maybe I would have dragged Ace down with me. Maybe it was better that he cut ties. Maybe he did it for himself, for his own sanity, and maybe, just maybe, that's exactly what he needed to do. But then the self-pity creeps back in. I'm tired of being lonely, tired of feeling like I'm constantly searching for something real and only finding superficial garbage. I've seen my friends, The ones who are in healthy relationships and they have something I don't. They have partners who respect them, who listen to them, who see them as equals. And I realized that Ace offered me that, and I was too stupid to see it. He laid his heart out there, and I crushed it. And now I'm paying the price. My mom always told me that you don't know what you have until it's gone. Cliché, right? But it's hitting me hard now. I had a rare gem, a guy who genuinely cared about me, flaws and all, and I dismissed him. I valued the fleeting thrill of a bad boy over the quiet, steady devotion of a good man. And now I'm standing in the wreckage of that decision, looking at a future that feels a whole lot lonelier than I ever imagined. I wonder if I'll ever get over this regret. Will I always compare every new guy to Ace? Will I always feel this pang of sadness when I remember how I messed up? Or will I eventually find someone or something that makes me forget this ache? I hope so, because this feeling, this constant loop of what if, is exhausting, and it's all my own damn fault.